trying hard just to make us all vanish. I suggest they put a flag on a whole nother planet. Black girl magic, y'all can't stand it, y'all can't ban it. Made out like a bandit. They've been trying hard just to make us all vanish. I suggest they put a flag on a whole nother planet. Black girl magic, y'all can't stand it, y'all can't ban it. Made out like a bandit. They've been trying hard just to make us all vanish. I suggest they put a flag on a whole nother planet. Black girl magic, y'all can't stand it, y'all can't ban it. Made out like a bandit. They've been trying hard just to make us all vanish. I suggest they put a flag on a whole nother planet.
I'm Leo Sunfire.
And I'm Dr. Love.
Welcome to the Black Portal Power, where we center the Black experience. Open your mind.
For your soul.
For the portal is open.
Well, welcome back, Black Portal Power listeners. Today, we are talking Zodiac Facts. I promise it's going to be nice and easy, a little rough.
Yeah, it's a way for everybody to get to know who they are.
Yeah.
And why you function the way you do.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And how our zodiacs inform us about things in our personality that we don't even realize.
Absolutely.
For my Christian folks who are getting a little tense, this is even biblical. I promise.
Unclench the cheeks.
Unclench
it's
them.
Okay.
Unclench
it
them.
has everything to do with the creator.
It does.
It really does.
It does. So, Leo Sunfire, talk about these zodiac signs.
Well, first I'm going to start off by giving you meaning of what the zodiac is. It's through etymology. Anybody, you know what etymology is.
Yes.
It's the first part of learning how to define something.
Absolutely. It's the beginning of something.
Yes.
Its origins.
Yes, that's right. The zodiac meaning is it's a belt-shaped region in the heavens on either side of the ecliptic. It divides into 12 constellation or signs for astrological purposes.
Beautiful.
The science, calculations, and foretelling based on observation of heavenly bodies, the stars, the sun, the moon, reflection. And also, it helps guides to it really is a guide to personality traits, behaviors, attitudes, passions, strengths, and weaknesses, and tools for self-improvement, growth, and actual entertainment.
I love it because, again, you grow up sometimes hearing that zodiac signs or astrology, that is the devil's work, and it's not true. So for my Bible thumpers, go to Psalms 8, you know that the heavens are God's. Did you hear Leo Sunfire thumping? Boom, boom, boom. The heavens are God's handiwork.
Absolutely.
And so, as you pointed out, the constellation, the stars are evidence of creation, and that these things are all connected to who we are, what we are. It's all divine.
Oneness.
I love that.
So earth, wind, fire, and water are the elements that affect the earth. And within our atmosphere, I forgot one, which is the ether. That's space, baby.
Wow.
So all of us are within our atmosphere are affected by the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water. And when you put all these things together within the ether, you're talking about oneness with the universe and with God, the Most High.
Beautiful.
That's how I can break it down for the thumpers to understand you're not disconnected by understanding that these signs, these zodiacs are in alignment with what God created.
Absolutely. I love it. So every last listener, whether you're a Bible thumper or a Christian, if you are not necessarily aligned with that, hey, it all is purposive. It is all important.
It's all part of the
It is
divine
all a part
plan.
of the divine
Absolutely.
plan. I love that, Leo
Absolutely.
Sunfire. I love it.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into the vibe part of it. So there's this thing called it is what affects affects your vibe, how your aura, how you come off to people, what you do, how you move, and even how you think about things, how you process it and everything. They're called, there's 3 categories, I should say. There's fixed, there's mutable, and there's cardinal.
I love it. Love it. So fixed categories those are things that are set in stone.
Yes.
Mutable are the ones that are amendable to change. And then what was the last category?
Cardinal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Talk to us about it.
So the fixed, the stabilizers, reliable, creative, stubborn, loyal. Those people are Leos.
Brag on yourself, Leo Sunfire. Brag on yourself for a minute.
Scorpios, Aquarius, and Taurus. Those are all the signs that are under the fixed category.
Love it.
These are the people that are your rock. They're the foundation. They're the ones that you can stand on, depend on. They are loyal. They usually are the ones that people go to whenever things are shifting and changing in their lives. So those fixed people, if you notice that you are friends or in a relationship with someone of those categories, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Taurus, and they always seem to come through for you, that's why.
Love it. Absolutely love
That's
it.
why.
Love
so
it.
then we'll get into the mutable. The thinker. They know change is coming. They transform deep thinking. They're not judgmental, which is a good thing.
Very good for us. Very good for us.
Sagittarius.
I know it's y'all season, but come on. It's
Pisces.
Okay. Woo woo.
Gemini, and the last but not least, Virgo.
That's where I fall. That is where Dr. Love falls, and I am a Virgo through and through.
Through and through.
So I was waiting on it. I was holding my breath. I knew it was coming, y'all.
Analytical. I gotta analyze everything. What? You didn't think that through?
That's
the mutable.
I can overthink a grocery list if you give me an opportunity to.
Absolutely. Well, then the last category is the cardinal. They're the visionaries, the leaders. They making and executing the goals, relying on the fixed signs to hold them down, to keep them encouraged and make them better. They rely on the fixed signs. So without us, there's no you.
Yeah, we just gonna have to bear through this Leo audacity that is gonna bleed through today.
Coming through with the chopper. And these signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn.
Oh,
yeah.
Capricorns.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite people in the world are
Capricorns. I got a baby that's a Capricorn, and she's all of the things I just said. All of those things. So, but we want to get into some fun facts and fun things.
Let's get into it.
The zodiac signs, and then you can kind of determine if you see these things in yourself, these things in your children, your lovers, your partners, your friends, your coworkers. You can just say, hey, you know, you're having a shitty day.
And
but you're a shitty person anyway.
Oh.
You must be fill in the blank. I ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna let you fill that in.
And understanding these things, these personality traits that come from our birth order, the days in which we were born, or the constellations under which we were born, might be a better way of putting it, is really important. And again, we move away from it. I remember growing up, we read the zodiac signs for fun. It was in the newspaper. I still, have an app on my phone that talks about zodiac signs. I like even looking at the Chinese New Year and the different different signs, or not the Chinese New Year, but the different signs that fall under the Chinese zodiac, because they're important. And so I would always see things in the descriptions of, whether I'm looking at Virgo, my sign, my zodiac sign, or the rat, kind of my Chinese zodiac, things that were inherent to my personality, and understanding this, and understanding that astrology and people who study astrology are studying all of these things. It is not demonic. It is not evil. It actually gives us a lot of insight into things that help us to understand the universe and our positionality within it. So I love this. I love this topic. I love digging into these signs and their characteristics, learning more about them. So I'm excited about our topic today. So where are we going to begin? Are we going to begin with Aries, or how are we going to do this?
Well,
are we going to break down each
with
sign?
the Aquarius, because that's the sign that kind of kicks it all off, according to most websites that people can go on and check out information for themselves. So of course, start with the Aquarius. They are air, fixed. They are progressive. They run from emotions. They love their friends. Intellectual. Dull. And very disagreeable.
Well, and I have an Aquarius who's so special to me, and I can say hands down that fits her to a T in many ways. Again, she's a very strong and dominant personality, as it describes their characteristics. They seek truth, but that truth is their truth.
That's
and nothing but the truth.
That's so
and
help
other
them,
things.
them, not God.
Help
them.
So they can be extroverts, but they can also be introverted in many ways. And so they are also, if they become disappointed in someone, they have a hard time forgiving.
They are petty.
Petty Betty.
Just
and petty
up to
Benjamins. They are like elephants. They don't forget anything.
Yeah, that's
anything. But they tend to have high expectations of others, because they have high expectations of themselves.
True. Very true.
Very high expectations of themselves.
And I mean, I actually fell in love with a few of them in my lifetime, but it didn't last long because they are disagreeable.
Very. And they hold on to family tightly.
They do.
And expect everyone else to hold on to them tightly, even when, we got some of those family members that you're supposed to love from a distance. They don't understand that. They don't. They're like, family is bond and that's it. No, not so much. Not so much.
Sometimes you just gotta say, hey, I love you. Call me.
Every other month.
Right.
Once a year, I'll see you on the holidays.
Funerals.
So they're sensitive and in tune, and an in tune personality is kind of the way I would describe them. They're in tune with everything around them, with others, because they will lay out what others should be doing and how they should be doing it. But that's really a sign of their sensitivity.
Absolutely.
Right? That their truth is the truth. And it's hard for them when you don't agree with them. And they can be very sensitive and very rigid, as you pointed out, Leo Sun 5.
Absolutely. I like them, though. I actually vibe with them real well. It's just when it comes to love relationships, nah.
Yes.
It's a no for me.
And they tend to go in and out of relationships because they're like, that's a no for me too.
Yeah. we agree. I thought you was disagreeing.
That we are done.
Yeah.
We're done.
It's done.
We're done.
So let's get into the Pisces.
Let's do it.
They're water.
Yes.
Mutable. Compassionate. They have the desire to escape reality. They always want to be in fantasy land. They have a love for music and being alone, and they hate criticism, and cruelty to others.
They do. Absolutely do. Again, one of my favorite people on the earth, my daughter, is a Pisces.
Yes.
This water sign, this fish, super creative. So they tend to be creative beings. Their symbol is a pair of fish, one swimming above the other in the opposite direction.
Kind of like Geminis,
Very dualistic in their personalities,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
They can be really extroverted, but they want to be alone and left alone when they don't want to be bothered. They are easygoing for the most part, which makes people attracted to them and love to gravitate toward them. But they can absolutely push in a different direction. Just when you thought where they were going, they're pushing off into another direction. So they're affected by their environment and everything around them. They tend to sense it and feel it and experience it, and it just takes them in all of these different directions. So when they're well adjusted, they are happy people. They're in their happy place.
Yes.
When they are not well adjusted,
it's a nightmare. Like, get it together. Are you that emotional? Get it together, please. I love Pisces. My mother, I have a niece, I have a good, very beautiful friend. A lot of people I love that are Pisces. And I'm very, we have commonality together. But all those things are true about them. Very passionate, people, and compassionate, but they hate cruelty, but they're cruel to others.
when they think that cruelty is being experienced. Absolutely. They love to please and to be well thought of. But if they don't feel that, you're gonna feel it.
You're gonna feel all of that.
Again, these individuals have to choose a career that they're passionate about. Otherwise, they are restless and relentless and switching. If they're not passionate about it, they're not going to stay committed to it.
Nope, they're going to switch up and move around. And, the world just can't handle them. I mean, I got to swim through this and go with the tide. I'm going with the flow of the tide, the water. That's what I'm going to do because I am a Pisces. That is my thing.
Yes. And because of that, the Pisces can get distracted and may wind up feeling lost. So having that keen intuition that they have and relying on that and staying focused and driven in that way helps them to swim upstream and not be imbalanced, just floating and swimming all over the place.
Well, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Aries. Nasty. You're listening to Black Portal Power on BSB Radio.
You walked around the room, charming and so cool. I'm loving that Aries walk. Now I look like a fool, falling hard for you, hitting me with that Gemini talk. And now you're getting off like a Leo, talking about your ego, talking about your plans. You wanna change the world like a Libra, you know that it needs ya. I think I understand. You're looking at me with those Pisces eyes, trying to read my mind, angel in disguise. Now you're feeling up on me, Sagittarius can be. He says, let's get out of here, fly away and be free. You got the Zodiac in your system. I don't wanna seem crazy, but I think you're the same as me, though you're different. I don't wanna miss out, I would love to kick it. If you let me in, I need a birthday date, not a second too late. If you let me in, I need a location, not a random nation. You're dotting all the I's, playing a nice guy, using all your Virgo ways. You walk me to the door, polite as before. Capricorn makes me wanna stay. And now you're using jokes like a Taurus, moving a little closer, making me commit. Touching on my body like a scorpion. I'm losing my focus, trying out all my sins. You're looking at me with those Pisces eyes, trying to read my mind, angel in disguise. Now you're feeling up on me, Sagittarius can be. He says, let's get out of here, fly away and be free.
we're starting with Aries, technically the first sign in the zodiac, but in terms of the calendar year, they would be third.
Yes.
So talk to us about Aries folks.
Well, they're fire. So
Ooh.
I can relate to the Aries, fire. They're cardinal, courageous people, enthusiastic, impatient, moody, and they're comfortable taking on leadership roles, and they hate inactivity.
Ooh.
I know a few of these people, and that is everything that they really are. They are really, really goal oriented, and they take the role, the leadership, they want to be front runners and starters on everything that they do. I am very impartial to Aries. I love them. I think they're dope. I really do.
Of course you would, because they are natural born leaders, and they are fearless. So lines up perfectly with Leos in that way.
Yeah.
They are often the most exciting among the family members, and engaging and charming with their daredevil personality.
Yes.
So I can see why they are some of your favorite people.
Yeah. I like them. They just glow when I see them. Be like, you got something special. Leo? Oh, you're Aries. Okay, I know it's close. You got close.
And because of that leadership, they are often called upon to resolve family problems because they have a knack for it, with no matter what order they are in the birth order. But they also give their parents gray hairs for this reason, because they're so protective, but they can also be strict disciplinarians. So they take leadership even when they are not the leader.
Sounds familiar. Okay.
So they're a force of dynamic energy in that way. So wonderful things as well as annoying things about this sign, for sure.
I like them though. Kudos. So we're going to get into the Taurus.
Ooh.
These are some
Very stubborn
knuckleheads. No. They're earth, fixed, reliable, very, very devoted, and I said it already, stubborn and possessive.
Ooh.
Their pastime is eating. They love food. If you feed a Taurus, you got them for life. You just feed them. Just keep feeding a Taurus. They love to eat. And they're very good with their hands. They work very well with their hands.
People.
Very practical.
And again, why they are I gravitate toward Taurus is because they are earth sign like I am.
Yes.
And they are very, very passionate, but that passion makes them stubborn when they feel the way that they feel. They are devoted, and will make their relationships fruitful, but they can also make it difficult for their partners because they are temperamental.
And they hate change. If you change anything, they will notice. They can't stand change.
Steady and sturdy. The bull is often the one in the family that everyone turns to when they need support and assistance. But again, that Taurus will flip if they don't think you're listening and you're not paying attention. So
and them horns will come out
very, very quick.
Bulls, I swear. So Gemini. Yeah, everybody always sighs when they talk about Gemini.
Duality.
This is the air sign. And they're mutable, meaning interchangeable. They adaptable. They do whatever is the new thing, the end thing, their thing. This whatever it is, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
That's what I can do,
and I will.
And they're curious about everything.
Very much so. Very much so.
But they have a lot of insecurities, and they're very nervous.
Yeah.
People when it comes to dealing with life, things and overcoming obstacles.
Absolutely.
They become very nervous, love to talk. I have met not one that is quiet. Not one.
And it's probably that duality and that twin nature of theirs,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
so they're quick-witted and smart. Like you said, they adapt to whatever situation they're in. If it's time to talk, they're talkative. If it's a more low-key vibe, they'll try to adapt to that. If they're not talkative, they will adapt to it. So you never really know what you're gonna get with the Gemini because of the duality of their personalities.
The good twin, the bad
twin. It just depends on what day of the week, what energy you bring to them. That's the energy they're gonna return, and then they might flip it up, say, "I don't want to do that today.
They
We're doing
always
something."
flip. Not might. They always flip it up. Always. And they hate being alone and confined.
Yeah.
They hate that. They hate to be confined. So as long as you give them room to roam and be free, you can pretty much let a Gemini love them forever. Because if you confine them, that's
never going to be good because they are ruled by Mercury.
Yeah.
So the Gemini is here, there, and everywhere, all over the place.
Yes.
And so you have to let them be great.
Living my best life.
Of course, it's going to drive other family members crazy.
Yes.
Because this is a person that's hard to pin down. And this sign may not always show up at family gatherings, or they might. It just depends on their mood.
I got the green bean casserole.
Keep it.
I ain't coming. So we're gonna go into Cancer.
We did Cancer. I think we did Cancer already.
No. We getting ready to do Cancer.
Oh, we haven't done Cancer yet.
No, we did Pisces. That's what you
we
thinking
did
about.
Taurus too.
Yeah.
Because Taurus and Cancers are right up there on my list.
Yeah. Seem to attract them like a bad
Oh,
habit.
man.
Cancers, they're water. Cardinal, highly imaginative, emotional, pessimistic,
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
manipulative.
Whew.
They love art and helping their loved ones. And any criticisms of them,
It's going to be
it's
bad.
murder.
It's going to be bad.
Murder.
It is going to be bad. Of all the signs, the Cancer is probably the one that's really most devoted. But again, if they are
Very
criticized even by family members, they are sensitive. It is not going to be safe
They can't
at
take
all.
it.
They are very
I wonder
sensitive.
what they were like growing up during the dozens. You know, when you used to play. How did you take that?
I think that they were the ones that start scrapping. You know,
Yeah,
like,
like,
so
it's
you
time to
went,
beat your
if
ass.
you win it, like that's not gonna happen
Your
because
mama-
they are
no,
overly
my
emotional
mama.
and sensitive
boop.
and moody. So it can go from sugar to shit real quick with that sign. Every time.
I am going to fire up on you because you hit it. You hit me in the sore spot.
Ooh, that hurt.
That hurt.
That hurt bad. It hurt bad.
But they love hard. They
Very
do. They
hard.
love real hard, and they love everyone. I just shouldn't say everyone, but it's not very many people on earth that they just don't like.
love. It's they are the moon child, as you said. They love deeply and forever.
Yes.
They're sensitive and sweet. And they usually remember everyone's birthday, anniversary, all of that. But
July
if they
30th.
don't, just saying.
Just saying. If you like gifts, give them.
And so the Cancer is loyal and loving and sensitive, but again, it can go from sugar to shit real quick if they don't feel that's being reciprocated.
Absolutely. Now we're going into Leo.
Well,
That's me.
well.
Yes, Leo Sunfire. Leos are fire signs, fixed, creative, generous, arrogant. That's what they say, but that ain't true.
Yeah.
That ain't true.
Yeah.
Self-centered, maybe.
Little bit.
A little bit. We love being admired and we
Yes.
love expensive things.
Yes.
If you meet a Leo and they're cheap, They're not a Leo. They're lying to you.
Ooh.
I promise.
Ooh, they on the cusp?
They on the cusp, but they ain't a
They're
cut.
not quite.
They didn't make the cut. Because they ain't a Leo. We like nice shit. We like it. I don't always want to pay for it, but we like that nice shit. I promise.
As you all can hear, the Leo has plenty to roar about. This is why they are lions. One of my favorite things about the Leo folks in my life is that you all even tend to talk in third person.
All the
right?
time.
Because center of attention, love hard, love deeply. But again, you all are not shy about who you are and what you bring to the table, which really, really is a gifting, right? And that you want to see that in other people around you as well. So you're fiercely loyal and protective of your loved ones. Again, that lion roars hard and strong for those that he or she loves. They often think of themselves as kings and queens of the universe.
I wake up that way, royal.
So sometimes they need to be tamed a little bit so their partners, their family members have their work cut out for them. But the worst thing you can do is try to tame them too much. They have to be free to roar, to be great, to be excellent, and to excel, because that's when they shine the best, and they're going to make everything and everyone around them shine as well.
If you want to stay in a relationship with a Leo, here is my advice. Don't ignore them.
Do not.
Period.
And even in the workplace, because anyone who competes with the Leo in the workplace better get out of the way, because Leos can be
get out the way.
Very competitive, and they play to win.
All the time.
They always
Why play if you're gonna lose?
Very driven, very smart. They're always on the lookout for new opportunities and ways to move ahead. So a natural born leader of the pack who doesn't know the meaning of the word no when it comes to earning a position that is coveted. They are coming for that number one spot. They are in it to win it. They are determined. So any Leo that's holding his or her head down are not being their true selves and are not happy.
Fix them. That's all I'm saying. Now we're gonna move on to Virgo.
My faves.
Yeah. They're earth signs, mutable, loyal, very, very, very analytical. Let me say that again. Very, very analytical.
She keeps emphasizing that. I think she said that before at the beginning of the show, but I digress.
I'm just saying. Overly critical.
Yes.
They think everything through. They love books. They love animals and cleanliness. If you have a nasty Virgo,
not being true.
They are mentally unstable. Because I have not met one that is nasty. They all very, very clean people.
Particular from the crown of our heads to the soles of our feet.
Yes.
We want it all in order, and when it's not, we just don't feel good. And even when others say, "Oh, that's great," we're like, yeah, but it could be better. So again, we are very delicate and sensitive, but we can be very critical and prickly because of that. We may appear cold because our tendency is to be really hot, to hide our emotions. But those who know us and understand us know that deep down there's a natural kindness and sensitivity, a lot of warmth and love there. But that is not what's going to always seem to be the case on the surface, because we like things in order. And if things are not in order, we tend to feel uncomfortable.
And they hate rudeness. And they won't ask for help. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Sometimes they be struggling and suffering, and they will not ask for help.
I wish you all could see her face while she's looking at me. It's true. Because again, we are perfectionists. I think one of the words commonly used to describe Virgos is that they are perfectionists. And perfect doesn't mean done. Right? Because perfect means it'll never get done. There's no such thing as perfect.
Virgo.
But yeah, for us, it's like
done for me when I'm done. It's over. That's what I say.
So we're modest and understated because, again, even when we are being bragged upon, we are like, yeah, but I can do it better, right? And so we are perfectionists, we're analytical, we are deep thinkers, but we do love hard and love strong. And we can be overly critical of those we love hard and strong with because we want you to be better. And better is our assessment of better, not not necessarily others.
So we're gonna go into Libra. This is an air sign. They're cardinal, cooperative, diplomatic, indecisive. They love to dwell in pity. I want a pity party. I'm a Libra. Can I have a pity party, please? Pity me. They love sharing and harmony, and they hate injustice and violence. And that's kind of it is. It really is it's a balancing thing with them. I mean, you're gonna see an extreme either way. They don't have a good idea until they come into their adulthood how to start balancing things out. But when they do, they're beautiful people. They really are very beautiful people.
Very even-tempered and can be social and diplomatic, as you said. But if they're off balance, if they haven't come into the maturity of who they are and their personalities, they are all over the place sometimes. And so it's because they are sensitive beings and they're often peacemakers. If they feel others aren't doing that for them, then it's like, well, what about me? How did you leave me out of this?
Pity.
But because of this, they are excellent mediators in the family. They're exceptionally good at blending folks together and bringing them together. Harmony. So they use that diplomacy and their ability to be diplomatic and see all sides of a situation to the table. So they're the peacemakers in the family usually, if they are mature.
Yeah, okay.
If they're mature.
So let's move on to Scorpio. My daddy was a Scorpio. Hey now, water. Fixed. Very resourceful. Very brave. Wasn't scared of nothing. And I always taught me to be strong and brave too. Distrusting though. He didn't trust nobody. Not even me at his time. I'll be like, hey, daddy, it's me. I don't care. But anyway. They have to be right though. They love being right. They have to feel like they are right about everything. And they reveal secrets. They hate revealing secrets, of themselves, but don't mind on others.
Absolutely.
Put you on straight blast.
Absolutely.
And be laughing at you when they do
it. And they don't mind. So they live up to their name, Scorpio and Scorpion, right? They are the most profound and outwardly impressive sign of the zodiac with very intense emotions. But again, they have sharp powers, and those sharp powers can be self-defense if they feel that others are picking on them. And when they feel cornered, they will lash out and they will sting.
Yes, they
absolutely
will. Oh, and it is painful too. I swear. Painful. It's petty. You talk about, they take it to another level, the stratosphere. And they hate passive aggressive people.
Yes.
If you are not bold in your actions, your speaking, they don't deal with you well at all. They just don't. They don't want to deal with you if you're passive aggressive, or they'll devour you, one or the other.
Because they are strong, consistent, and they are committed. So they don't understand people that are not strong and dominant in their personality. So they're either going to run over you, as you said, or they're going to say, fix that.
Bring it out of you. Yeah. And it's not good when they bring it out of people either. It's always violent in some kind of way. when it come out in other people, they want to lash out at you as a Scorpio.
No doubt. Well, you're listening to Black Portal Power on BSB Radio. Yeah,
man, we been bamboozled, man. Give y'all a history lesson, man. History lesson. Teach the signs, read the between the lines. Man. Feel this. Peep the signs. Listen, read between the lines. Knowledge you find inside my mind is designed to kill fear. Did you know the Bible was written in by William Shakespeare? It was done in the King James Version in his 46th year. What? The 46th Psalm is coded from the top down to the rear. Wanted his name over his work to be seen and read clear. But at the time, that was something King James wasn't trying to hear. Study the history of King James, you'll find out he was a queer. I'll explain how Shakespeare did it. Pay attention and listen clear. Go to the 46th Psalm, what I'm saying is not fake. Start at the word God, count 46 words down, you'll see shake. Then go to the bottom, you'll see the word refuge appear. Start right there, count 46 words up, you'll see spear. Shakespeare, no coincidence, they don't teach this in classes. They tamper with the holy scriptures and then fed it to the masses. Confused by misinterpreted signs and allegories. Parables are painted out like fairy tales and wild stories that brainwash the world, even theological masters. What was once the word of God is now a theatrical disaster. Words they gave us only served to enslave us. Hurt us with murderous ways and got us out here hoping ghost worship can save us. They don't want you. Black man, you think you know yourself, don't you? You got your last name cause that was the name of the slave master that owns you. The same one who beat and hung you and put you through this anguish. We in America not knowing our real names or real language. Learn the location and description of Jesus if you never seen him. If you don't know the lines, it's impossible for you to read in between them. Now we so gone, it ain't no black pride, that's real sad. Eminem can diss black women and we don't even get mad. We surface dwellers. Peep the signs, read between the lines. Time out for surface dwelling, time to elevate your mind. Peep the signs, read between the lines. Time out for surface dwelling, time to elevate your mind. Let's cut to the chase and put the Zodiac in its place. Horoscopes and signs, pagan gods deceiving the race. Now when you claim that you a Virgo, are you sure that you are? Do you worship the constellations or the one who created the star? Take months of the year, September is the 9th month, but I'm driven to inform you that the root word septo means 7. So how to get to be number 9? Somehow it don't equate. How can October be the 10th month when octo means 8? Like an octopus, an octagon, 8 legs and 8 sides. Artificial names invented through mythological lies, all named after so-called pagan gods in heaven. See, Nova means 9, but November's month number 11. To the unfathomable abyss of knowledge I delve. DEC Deca means 10, yet December's month number 12. See, before you try to test me, I insist that you try to research and see your calendar's been misconstrued. See, March was the first month, April used to be second. Listen, May and June was 3 and 4, so now let's do some checking. Listen, see, 2 months got removed, quintilis and sex killers. It's time to get this knowledge now before the effects kill us. Quint meaning 5, sex means 6. It don't stop either. They added July and August named after Julius and Augustus Caesar. That's 5 and 6. September was 7, October's 8, November was 9. Now you see it's all back in line. December's 10, January's 11, so go report this. February was the 12th and the last month plus the shortest,
And we're back. So it's time to get to Sagittarius. It's their time. It's their season.
It's their season. I grew up with 3 Sagittariuses in the house, and they tortured me. I'm just saying. So I get on their heads. I don't mind.
But we got to build them up before we turn them down.
Okay. They are fire signs, just like Leo. So that's why it's a little shaky up in there.
Yeah.
They're mutable, though. They're not fixed. Very generous. Very generous.
Very.
Idealistic. They speak very deliberately and unapologetically. Don't mind hurting your feelings and walking away. Burn the house down. When Stella did that old fire thing, that's a Sagittarius right there. They just light the fire, burn it down, and walk away.
So they are perfectionists, but just like their mascot, the centaur, who aim his arrow into the emptiness, Sagittarians may not always be sure what they are shooting at, but when they shoot, they're gonna aim and hit it. And it's like, hey, if I miss the target that time, that's okay. I'm gonna shoot again until I get it again and again and again and again.
That's right.
So their mission is to find perfection in everything, and this could potentially cause them to feel disappointment when they're not hitting their target. So again, it can come off a little vicious, a little sharp tongue, but they really are signs that love deeply. They love traveling and exploring, seeking out new things. They are open to the idea of something different.
Change, yeah.
And change, yes.
And they're very philosophical people. They intellectually, they are very stimulated, and I love that about Sagittarius. You can talk to them about anything. They can get on your level and vibe with you if they have an open mind. If they're closed-minded, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. But I have had great pleasure being around Sagittarius my whole life, and I've been tortured. So, that's what makes me strong. I am strong because of them. Yes.
They are fiercely protective of their independence, too.
Yes.
And so, again, they don't mind. They don't mind creating independent space and pushing others out of that space if it's not working for them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Move around.
Absolutely. I have been blessed to have a Sagittarius come into my life, and I am learning a lot about that personality and how they just say what they mean. They're direct and to the point.
Straight up.
So when it's beautiful, it's beautiful. When it's an ouch, it is a big ouch. Ooh, how did we get there? Were you really thinking that? Did you say that out loud?
Yes, they did.
They did.
They did.
And they meant it.
And most of the time in my family, it would lead to physical touching, when that happened. But it happened a lot, because they just spoke their mind 3 times. 3 times.
So you had it rough in the family.
I really did.
Being in the family of Sagittarius.
Yes.
So friends are almost always like the I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words here, but they with their friendships, they are almost always like family for the Sagittarius.
Absolutely.
That friends become family. They are very, again, protective. They are very loving and generous, but they will tell you how they feel about you.
How it is, the TILs.
Indeed. So we gonna round out with these Capricorns.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Earth. Cardinal. Responsible, disciplined, unforgiving, very condescending.
Very.
They love family, music, and quality.
And you Capricorns, you know who you are. You know it is the truth and nothing but the truth about you.
And they hate almost everything.
Everything and everyone.
Everything and everyone. I hate you. And they mean it.
They really mean it, because they are natural goal setters who accomplish a lot when they're under specific guidelines that they've set for themselves. So they can come off very stubborn as well as determined and ambitious. So they can be pessimistic
Very
and melancholic,
pessimistic. Oh, man.
melancholic and unhappy, especially if they don't think things are going the way they think
better
it should
go
be.
their way, or the tears will fall.
They
Make you
definitely
wanna
have
cry,
to learn. Cry. They need to learn that everything is not under their control, and it's gonna be okay if it's not under their control. But that means they have to spend a lot of time figuring out how to relax and to let go of their worries, because if they don't, they will be in a very unhappy place.
Yes. And if you need a boss, you need somebody
That's
that's
who you
gonna
need on
boss
your
up on
team.
you. It's a Capricorn. They
No
gonna do
doubt.
that thing. They gonna get it done. They not afraid to move and get things done.
Absolutely.
They're very resourceful people, and if they don't know somebody to know somebody, they're gonna find somebody to know somebody to know somebody.
Because they're gonna get it done.
Yeah, they
right?
don't mind.
They are known for having very traditional values, and in this way, they come through for everyone around
true.
them. They're gonna come through. They're gonna figure it out, and they are not gonna be happy until it's figured out and resolved.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
And
So
they're very protective too.
very protective. So they're sincere and down to earth, and their relationships can be equally low key and comfortable. But again, you got to make that Capricorn happy.
You better, or they're gonna be. It's a no from me. Gosh, I raised one of them. It's a no. She don't mind at all.
So they can become jealous when attention is stolen from them, and they will make you feel it. They can be hard-headed and stubborn, but again, that's because they are natural goal setters and go-getters.
Well, I'm getting ready to jump into sex and love and understanding love compatibility. So if you have a partner and you're trying to understand if the fire is high, medium, or low, these could be the determining factors. Chemistry is vitally important.
It is.
When it comes to sex and love. And it will determine if you're gonna celebrate or settle in your relationships. Some people settle a lot. It is just for understanding and not to determine if you should stay or leave this person.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go down this list. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Aries. They take charge. Lovers. That means they want control in the bedroom. If you are submissive, you're gonna
be a good fit.
You can fit with that Aries because he wants to control the atmosphere.
And she does too.
Yeah,
male or female. They gotta be in control.
Female, yes, indeed. Gemini. Ooh. They love foreplay and they're playful. Anything goes with a Gemini. Freakily.
I am not gonna touch that. I'm not gonna touch that.
Sweat off my brow, baby. Cancer. What?
So with Geminis, because they know who they are, and lovers have to be really in tune to how they feel in that situation. So again, anything goes, but you better be in tune to what that Gemini is in the mood for at that moment and that time.
Absolutely. Cancer. Oh. Emotional and deeply erotic lover. So if you a slow-mo, Cancer's your thing. That's what they want. They like that slow-mo. Every now and then they speed it up just to give you a little energy, but the slow-mo and the emotional erotic side of that's the kind of lovers that they are.
Because they are deep fillers, and so they want it all to be intense, emotional, and thorough every time.
Every time. Yeah. Leo.
Well,
they're the performers.
True to their personality.
We're on stage. Action. Loves reciprocity. If I give it, you give it back. And at the end, encore, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this again. Again and again.
If they're getting the gifts and the benefits back from it. Because again, whether it's the king or queen Leo, they love romance and they love lavishing with gifts and they love to be lavish with gifts. Yes. And so if you're good to a Leo in the bedroom, they're going to be good to you. No doubt about it. If you do say so yourself.
If I do say so myself. Taurus. They're another slow love maker. Very romantic. But they go and they turn up.
They do.
They turn up.
They turn up. They have something to prove. Is very confident and strong-willed people. So they are up for the challenge every time.
Every single time.
They will meet the challenge every single time.
Let's turn up. Virgos. They the clean freaks. And I mean not saying like they the clean, like you better be clean if you want to get freaked. I'm just saying.
Because if it's not smelling right,
you
looking right, it's not gonna happen for the male or female Virgo. It has to
Ain't no
be
come home
together.
from work.
No,
you better
take a shower first. Get it together, set the mood, set the tone. You better get it together. Otherwise, we are not in the mood.
No,
so you got to set the mood, whether it's a male or a female. We need the mood set. We need all the atmosphere right, and it better be clean and sterile.
Yes. No germs.
No germs.
Leave us alone, Leo.
Leave me alone.
A Germex here. I spray the Germex. Oh, God. Libra. They are the role players. They are seducers. They want to put on costumes. whips and chains, S&M. They were talking about Libras when they said is it S&M?
S&M,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they are in love with love, right? And so they love and they're in love with love. And so they can be intense in their fantasy with romance. They fall in love easily and perhaps too often. And so even the act of love making, they're in love with that. And so they will perform to the highest standard, as you said, whether it's like, let's dress up, let's get in this moment, let's get in this mood, let's do it all.
Let's do it all. Nurse.
I
need you, nurse. I need my medicine.
Stat right now.
We're losing them.
Sorry, Libras.
Okay, sorry.
We love y'all.
Scorpio. XXX.
Oh, triple X.
Nasty.
Is there such thing as quadruple X?
Yes.
Is there
Freak of leaks.
Freak of leaks, freak of the week, freak of the month, freak of the year, freak of the decade.
Freaky. That's all I will say.
And they get it every time it's their season, man. The memes are relentless for this group. It is out of control. So they're very affectionate and giving lovers who they believe keep the fire going in a relationship. They're going to be very giving in that, but they are relentless. They are ready for it. They are always ready. They stay ready, like the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts. They are ready, Freddies, and ready.
Smack it up,
Fredricas.
rub it down. Oh, no. That's a Scorpio. Sagittarius.
Sag.
They're the transparent lovers. They experiment. So they bring toys and extras to the room. Let's get it popping, baby. What we doing today?
Which is when they marry, they tend to have very long lasting relationships, but they may choose to marry late because, again, they're very direct and blunt. So sometimes, and they are very direct and blunt about what they want in the bedroom. Like, where's the romance?
Transparent.
They're like very transparent, very clear cut into the chase.
I am not playing.
But when they're in that zone, they are unstoppable.
Yes. Okay, Capricorn. They're the distant lovers. They go all night long. They love to party all night. Two times.
I thought at first you said distant lovers. I was like, distant or
distance
Hey
lovers.
Now. Hey
Yeah. Aquarius. They're the detached lovers. So they gonna freak you and they gonna leave you. They not staying.
Simple as that.
I'ma hit that
and quit it.
and quit that. That's an Aquarius for you. And then the Pisces. Seductive, hypnotic lovers.
Wow.
And they love mornings. Good morning.
Good morning.
Here I am.
Let's go again. Round 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, I'm game. I'm for it because they're super
It's
creative.
a beautiful morning. Oh. So, yeah, we wanted to give you a little insight on Zodiac Facts with a little love twist to it.
Absolutely. And hopefully you saw and felt yourself somewhere in that.
Yes.
We know some of you are just going to disagree to be disagreeable.
Right.
But check yourself out.
Yeah.
Read up on your sign.
Pay
Read up on your...
attention.
Be enlightened to who you are and why you do the things you do.
And now you can check your lovers and your family too. Be like,
True.
you know what? Now I understand.
Yeah.
Mama crazy too.
This explains a lot about daddy.
Yeah,
this
daddy,
explains a
yeah.
lot about that sibling and why they doing that over
I
there.
knew they was weird. God damn.
And now I got a basis for it.
I understand now.
I understand you and I can deal with you.
Yes.
Seeing who we're compatible with and who we may be less compatible with and working through that. So having this understanding is so key and so important, because it does tell us a lot about some of the things in that person's personality and the way they move, but it also helps us to adapt and move with them or away from them if you so choose. So it's really good to know and great insight. So we hope you feel enlightened by our discussion and entertained by it as well.
And remember, all things are done by divinity. All things are divine. We're one with the universe. Astrology is not something to fear or think that is bad, because the Most High created the stars, the moon, the sun, and the ether.
Absolutely.
And we live in it.
We do.
Earth, wind, fire, and water.
Absolutely.
You choose. It's your body, it's your mind, it's your personality, it's your road of life. Walk it and understand it based on how you want to see it. But astrology will help.
It definitely helps, and understanding these things. These things are, whether you're looking through the Bible, whether you are looking at, these things from an astrological standpoint, only however you look at it, however you cut it, as you said, Leo Sunfire, these things are divine. So having an understanding and being enlightened, that is our goal with Black Portal Power.
Yes. We are getting ready to get out of here. This show is done, and I hope you had fun with us and learned a lot. We are closing out Black Portal Power. Open your mind.
Free your soul.
For the portal is always open.
These are the signs that are made for each other. Are you the Zodiac I'm a Capricorn, I came here to get mannish. Ooh, I know it's good when you start speaking Spanish. Very sexually, you're full of energy. After I'm done, you're still telling me you won't let a Gemini. Ooh, what a sex drive. She wanted it from the front, back, left, and the right. Baby, I will guarantee to give you everything your body's missing. Baby,